In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious. Assalamu alaikum, respected audience. I hope that you are all good. I pray for your good. Today, I am here with my new video, and today's video topic is literature and life. Literature is the reflection of life. It is the mirror of life. It is merely the depiction of life. It reflects life the way life really is. And what is in life? Man, society, and all the things related to man. This is literature and its very general definition. Now, in life there are both positive and negative aspects, features. In the same manner, literature reflects the both. There are positive aspects in life, good, devotion, keeping promises, love, sacrifice, help. In the same way, there are some negative features, evil, hypocrisy, unfair, hatred, ambitions, lust, greed. So literature covers all. Now, great writers, they are the great minds. The way they see life, they share with us. They have their own experiences of life, their own observations of life. So they make their own points of views. And they love to express their feelings with us. Now, if their feelings and emotions, they are like us, we believe in them, we love them. But if there is difference of opinions, even then we try to understand what they want to say, because they are great souls. They share their great minds with us. They want us to understand life through their minds. They want us to see life with their eyes. So it gives us great wisdom as well. Literature reflects the human nature, human passions, feelings, ambitions. Now, man has all these. For example, man's nature can be good as well as evil. Man's desires can be too much. Man's greed, lust, they can be too much. There is no limit. On one hand, man wants to achieve success and power and riches at the cost of everything. He kills innocent people. He wipes out any hurdle that comes on his way. He wants to have money, power, riches, authority, rule by any fair or unfair means. He loves to satisfy his goals. So, literature reflects all of these. Literature is basically the story of man. It is about man. It is for man. Because man is very important in this earth. The way Shakespeare says and mentions the status of man in this world in Hamlet, that man is the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. And what a piece of work is a man, noble in reason. So, man is very important. Literature is about man and everything related to man. So, in this way, literature reflects man, his life, his nature, and it also reflects life that man lives. It also reflects society in which man lives and everything related to man, his life, and society, this world. It tells us about man's success, his failures, his fate, either good or bad, his victories, his passions, his love, his feelings, everything that is related with man. If we go deep down, we see that literature makes us understand life. We know more about life. As far as our life is concerned, our life is just simple. We know about us, about our lives, about our relations, and this is all our world. But literature, it takes us outside from our world, and it gives us a broader world view. No, this is not life that you see, that only you experience. Life is much broader, life is much vaster. So many other things are possible in life. Man can do more than I think with my limited thinking. So, as the literature is written by the great minds, the great thinkers, so they are the intellectuals of their time. So they give us a very vast view of life, of this world. And we understand life because of those great souls. So in that way, literature, it makes us more wise, more intellectual, more serious, more sensitive. We know more about life, and we have a very different and very broader vision of life. Then literature, it reflects the culture. For example, one writer writes literature in the context of his language, his culture. So, on one hand, it is some information for us. For example, we are reading Shakespeare, we are reading Hardy, we are reading Dickens, and other great writers. So, that's English culture. We belong to Pakistani culture. So, we know about that culture, values, attitudes, approaches, way of thinking, and many others, lifestyle as well. So when we know more about some culture, it increases our information, our knowledge, and it gives us a broader perspective of life. We do think about some more possibilities in the world. So we are in a good position to compare the two cultures. We have this thing in our culture, they have that thing in that culture. So there's a very good comparative study of a very good reader. But on the other hand, there are some things that are universal in all cultures, of all languages and literature. For example, some basic realities of life, human nature, okay, as well as some very important themes. They are universal. They are in every culture. So we cannot deny them. But we understand them in the context of the writer's culture, his life's context, his experience, etc. Next very important feature of literature that it relates itself with life. It is that literature makes us love ourselves first. Then it makes us love humanity. How? With ourselves. We know about ourselves. We are humans. Literature is about us. So humans' passions and humans' desires, weaknesses, then his failures, his successes. So everything about man. So we think about ourselves. Many times when we are reading a great piece of literature, we think that sometimes it is about me. It is about you. It is about that person. It is about that person we know in this life. So it is about us. So we think on those grounds. We think that we are important, that we are given such importance in literature. Then it makes us love humanity. Okay, up to this time, we just knew only the people we know around us, some relatives, blood relations, some strangers, some friends. Now we are observing many cultures, many nations, people from different cultures with their problems, with their drawbacks, with their happinesses, with their tragedies of life. So we are trying to sympathize with them. Okay, there is sympathy, there is empathy. We are very much sensitive, and we try to know about them. We try to share our feelings with them. We are sympathetic. We feel mercy sometimes. Sometimes we are happy with the people who are happy. Sometimes we are sad with the people who are sad. So there are some very loving characters we love. For example, we love Hamlet. We love Brutus, Prospero, Ophelia, Cordelia, Tess, and Joe Gorgery because they are noble creatures. They're all innocent people. They have the great qualities of heart and mind. On the other hand, we always hate Claudius, Iago, Goneril, Regan, Shylock, Alec, and many other evil characters. We hate them. Okay, it gives us a lesson to love good and hate evil. Literature expresses the social sympathies and it influences our minds very positively. Okay, earlier we were living in a very narrow world. Now we live in a broader world. Okay, that the way we have problems, in the very way other peoples from other cultures, they have the same problems, sometimes more sensitive, more painful than us, more problematic than us. So we have that broader vision of life. Literature gives us entertainment and static pleasure. As far as entertainment is concerned, we have tragedy and comedy, the two very important and major forms of drama. Comedy is written for the relaxation of the tired minds. So there is light humor and there is fun, so that we may have such light aspect of life. It should give us pleasure. Okay. On the other hand, this tragedy, it also gives us some very important and basic realities about life. Okay, it entertains us as well, and there are harsh realities related to life, very realistic it is. Then it appeals to the aesthetic sense. For example, in the poetry of Keats, ode on a Grecian urn, ode to a nightingale, such great pieces of art, they give us aesthetic pleasure. Okay, Wordsworth love of nature, and Keats' love of beauty, and Keats' love of art, Tennyson's beautiful descriptions of sea and nature. Okay, they appeal to our aesthetic sense, and we love them. Okay, the way Keats makes us love even autumn. That's great. Okay, but when actually we see the colors of spring in the prelude of Wordsworth, we have some other kind of player that Wordsworth tries to give us. It appeals to our aesthetic sense. We love beauty, we love nature. Okay, in literature we know that there are great souls, and they teach us. And they do not teach us some questions of mathematics. They do not teach us some philosophy related to logic. They do not teach us some theory of political science. They do not teach us some new invention in science. No, they teach us about life. They teach us about ourselves, about the fellow beings, about the world, about life, about society. They are great people, I think. They gave us a very broader vision of life. So, Wordsworth, he loves nature. And he says nature is like a teacher. Nature is like a mother. Nature is it has the healing power, and we are influenced by that. Shakespeare depicts life as life really is. It does not postulate any theory from life. He says this is life with all its goods and bads, evils and virtues. We have some other vision when Shakespeare describes life and human nature. Dickens, he has his own world. He makes us love children. And he has his own moral approach. Hardy is angry with fate. So are many humans in this world. So we have that kind of lesson. But Browning is very optimistic. Browning says that God is in heaven and all is right with the world. On the other hand, what Hardy says, because he's a pessimist, he says God is not in heaven and all is not right with the world. And like flies to wanton boys, are we to gods? They kill us for their sport. So these are different views of great writers in literature. Then we have John Milton, who teaches us morality, who teaches us to love God, to love us, and to love virtue and hate evil. So in this way, there's a long list. And then there are some great writers like George Lamb. They have the autobiographical touches in their works. Okay, we have great sympathy for them. The way they pass their lives with troubles and problems, with tragedies. Okay, we do feel that such tragedies and problems, they're the part of life. Now, at the end, I would like to conclude my this very short lecture on this very vast topic. That life is manifested in the form of literature. If there is no literature, life ceases to exist. Life will lose its charm if there is no literature. It will almost lose its charm and beauty. Then remember, literature gives us very broad view about life. It makes us broad-minded. Okay, and sometimes we see that the literary world and the real world, they are not so different, because literary world reflects the real world. Yes, this is the fictional world, that is the real world, but even then sometimes we are so much involved that sometimes we are happy with the characters, we weep with the characters, we feel mercy for them, and sometimes we are disappointed like them. So the way we share our feelings with the characters in a novel, in a drama, in a poem, that is really striking. Then in literature, life is seen from writer's point of view, and that is a different point of view. It can be different from our point of view, so we have a different approach to understand life. But one thing that is very important, that these are the great minds who develop literature, who create great literature. So they give us those great and developed thoughts. Okay, and they make us to see life fully, to understand life fully. And we do understand life from many contexts. So, respected audience, I will conclude that literature is about me, it's about you, it's about everyone around us, it's about our life, it's about the society we live in. It is something that is very important for us. It refines our habits, our values, our attitudes. It makes us a better human to live and make this earth beautiful. And above all, it makes us love humans. It makes us love our fellow beings. That is very, very important. Literature, the people who are the students of literature, why are they different from other students? Because they are more sensitive. They learn more about life, more about humans. Their thinking is developed. Their thinking becomes mature, refined. So if there is a sensitive reader, a very deep reader who has deep interest in literature, whether in drama or poetry, novel, prose, whatever the genre is, this man is different. And he will prove himself that he is different from others in refinement, in development, in understanding, in creativity, and above all, in the love of humanity. That's all for today in this video. I thank you and I hope that you will like my video. Inshallah, we will meet in next video soon. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.